said as an only child, you didn't say a lot, but you saw everything. That's powerful. But I wanted to take you back to two things that you mentioned, and I'd love for you to expound upon them a little bit because I think they're extremely important and they translate not just into self-defense, but into life. And you said, I don't negotiate my no. I don't negotiate my no. And then you also referred to this thing over and over again, the concept of hard target. And I would like for you, if you don't mind, to kind of expound upon what it means to not negotiate your no. But then also when you talk about the concept of hard target, because when you said that and you were talking about how feedback comes where I think you mentioned like some guy said you're intimidating or somebody might say that you're this or you're that, but that makes you a hard target. But really kind of break that down a little bit, what that means, because you also use it in a positive connotation of being a hard target is actually good. Like you don't want to be an easy target, right? So break those down a little bit because I think that will help some of the folks listening to understand what it means to not negotiate your no and use that in life, but then also how to become a hard target and use that in life. And then we'll jump back into your story because I want to know about what led you into law enforcement.
Yeah, so I'll start with the hard target part because I remember being in Atlanta and just being a student at Georgia State, and I had to take MARTA a lot of times with just the public transportation system there. And even in high school, like I was a fast walker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I always I had on this. I naturally, I guess God gave me this ice grill or whatever, but if I'm not talking to somebody, usually I'm not like smiling.
Yeah.
So, I'm on a mission, walking to class. Like I didn't really lollygag, like I was a fast walker. And they would always think that I was from like New York or somewhere because of the way that I presented myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, but I was on a mission and I kind of look like, okay, don't mess with me. So when it comes to being a hard target, like you aren't distracted, you carry an energy and a confidence about you that people that's like a reverence, like people are going to respect it and they're going to approach you a certain way. When it comes to a hard target, you aren't in your posture, even like you're not kind of walking around like you aren't sure of yourself, so you have a sureness about you and you're paying attention. And I was always paying attention. So certain things lend to being a hard target that when you think of it, predators, people who are looking to take advantage of you, who are looking to attack you, manipulate you, they are looking for, even if they don't consciously know that they're looking for it, they're looking for it. So you may, maybe you have crutches and you can't really walk as fast, or maybe you're in a wheelchair. Certain things lend to not being fully capable of doing certain things as it's perceived. So that may make you a softer target. The fact that you're alone by yourself. So I always walk by myself. That would lend to me being a softer target because nobody else is with me. There's power in numbers. But the other things that I was presenting outweighed me being by myself. So that was the way I carried myself. That was the fact that I was paying attention. That was the fact that I was giving off a energy and a perceived confidence in myself. The way that I stood, I always stood tall and upright. My hands were free. So, so I wasn't walking around like with all these bags and stuff. So, there's certain things that lend to being a harder target. So they're looking for somebody who is easily influenced, who may be vulnerable, who they feel like is going to be fearful and going to be too scared to fight back or do something about it if they approach them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's interesting because I was taking notes as you were talking, and you said a few things, and three things stood out to me, and it was confidence, self-awareness, and being on a mission, right? And regardless of whether you're trained in self-defense, if you're confident, if you're self-aware, and if you're on a mission, you automatically reduce your soft target appeal and become more of a hard target. And then the other thing that you mentioned was the concept of hands-free. And it's interesting because empowered defense, your primary target base is women or ladies or females. And, when I think about women, females, or ladies, I think about carrying a purse. I think about phone being in a hand. I think about, stuff all over the place, maybe talking on the phone, having a conversation, really not paying attention to what's around them.